It's me, Sasha Denbright. Welcome to episode 3 of the 2025 season of You Call That Targeting. My gosh, what an absolute great week of football. Some of these games didn't live up to the hype. We'll talk about that in the recap, but whatever. Welcome to the beautiful Truck Burns studio here in Leakesville, Alabama. Thank you, Truck Burns, for being an absolute great sponsor for You Call That Targeting. I want to start out by talking about Iowa State's kicker made a 63-yard field goal. Pretty sure, I didn't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure that's a college football record. I mean, what an absolute beast to go out there and kick a 63-yard field goal. Almost as good as I could do if I was playing college ball. But, and another thing I wanted to mention before we get into the recap, I saw Idaho. Now, Idaho, I don't even think they're not an FBS school anymore. They're an FCS school. But they got jerseys that say the Fighting Taters on it. They're called the Idaho Vandals, but they are going to be known for that game or whatever as the Fighting Taters. I just love that name. I wish they would go on to win the national championship with a name like the Fighting Taters. So, awesome for Idaho football to do that. And what vegetable, let's be honest, what vegetable is more versatile and more awesome than a potato? My gosh, Idaho's got it figured out with the potatoes. Anyways, let's get into the absolute recap, starting with Auburn at Baylor. Baylor had the blackout. I didn't have any faith in Auburn. Me and Earl didn't, apparently, because we picked Baylor to win this game, and Auburn's quarterback, my goodness, looked like Johnny Manziel Jr. out there just running around, just whipping everybody's tits. And my goodness, Auburn looked pretty good. Made a big special teams play. I think they could have a pretty decent season. I mean, but who knows? They've let us down before. But they won 38-24. LSU at Clemson. Now this one just burns my biscuits because we all picked Clemson to win this game because everybody said that they had the best quarterback, that this was going to be the year that they get back into that college football playoff, talk and all this stuff. And we all knew that Brian Kelly can't win the big games. He can't win the first game. He's never won an opening day game at LSU so far. I think he's owing however long he's been there, 3 or 4 years, whatever. He hasn't won. And but they get the job done. It was a little bit of a snoozer game. Not much offense. I think a lot of these teams are still trying to figure out what they're doing. And I don't know, offense looked like pure nipples by both teams, really. But LSU gets the win, 17-10. Now, I don't even want to talk about this next game. My goodness. Alabama. The one time that I'm cheering for Alabama, and I don't do it much, but I really wanted Alabama to slap titties because I hate Florida State. I really do. I mean, I hate them with every ounce of my being. If you recall the first season of You Call That Targeting, when I used to hate Notre Dame before I got right with Jesus, that's how my hatred is for Notre Dame, or for Florida State. My goodness. I mean, which I kind of hate Notre Dame now too, by the way, because my goodness, I can't believe we lost, but we'll get into that next. But Florida State, I mean, my goodness, look like absolute world beaters. Alabama's defense is nothing but pure garbage. My gosh. I mean, it's like trying to stop let's see, usually Earl's better at this stuff. Earl, how can I explain how bad Alabama's defense is?
I'd say it's like their defense is trying to stop Florida State was like trying to trap a silverback gorilla in a wet cardboard box. Is that good?
I mean, you could have done better than that. But anyways, what we're trying to say is Alabama's defense was pure garbage. It's one of the worst defenses I've seen probably the worst defense I've seen from Alabama. And if they play like that the rest of the year, my goodness, they're going to lose a bunch of games. Nothing but pure garbage. But speaking of pure garbage, the next game we're going to recap, my precious Notre Dame falls short to Sid the Sloth. Apparently, he had a pretty good game. And we couldn't get pressure on them. I mean, that's what we needed. Carson Beck's not a good quarterback when he's under pressure, but we couldn't get the pressure needed. And we got the defensive line to do it. And that's what ticks me off. We got one of the best defenses in college football, and we couldn't get pressure. But honestly, it was a tough game. It was on the road. I think Miami has probably the best offensive line that we'll face this year. And we have a new quarterback. You know, they had the experienced quarterback, and they still only beat us, by a field goal. And unlike, what I saw from Clemson, or unlike what I saw from Alabama, I think at least us as the losing team, I think we look pretty good, and I think that we can get our crap together and look better in our next game. We got a bye week, and then we got Texas A&M, and I think we'll blow their tits back. And I think as long as we do that, we'll be fine. I mean, we lost to Northern Illinois last year, and we made the national championship. So I think we're going to be fine, but it's just a tough loss in the first game, and I hate that we have a bye week, and so I have to wait a whole nother week to see my precious Fighting Irish on the field. But hey, anyways, Mike got that one right, by the way. He picked Miami. 27-24 was that final score. Now in the game of the week, I didn't have faith in Arch Manning. I wasn't buying into the hype. And my goodness, he's been nothing but hyped to the absolute mess. I mean, they might as well hand him the Heisman Trophy is the way everybody's been acting. And he sucked. My goodness, that first throw on his first, he rolled out and had a wide open receiver, and he threw it about 10 yards short at his feet. My stepson, as dumb of an idiot as he is, could have made that throw. My precious Tig's mom, who's never been an athlete, and that's fine with me, I still love her. She could have went out there and made that throw. No problem. And my goodness, what a garbage quarterback. And I think he'll get better. I think it was nerves. I do think Ohio State's one of the toughest defenses he'll face, and they were giving him some weird exotic looks and all that stuff, and I think he'll get better. But I still think that performance right there was nothing but pure nipples. But anyways, the point situation, I'm on top. What's shocking about that? I got 5 points. Mike has 3, and Earl has 3. And you might as well get used to Earl being in last place, because he's nothing but pure garbage, and he got every one of these picks wrong this past week. Earl, explain yourself.
You just got lucky, and you picked Ohio State. That's the only game you got right. So, that saved your points there. But we all did terrible. But honestly, I think I'm better at picking when I'm hammered. So, but I've been trying to stay sober. But maybe before picks today, maybe I should down me a 6-pack before we pick the games later.
Psst, garbage! You're not having a 6-pack. You're done with alcohol. You're done with that demon alcohol. My goodness, you finally got you a good woman. You better not throw it away. My gosh. But anyways, let's give away some awards. Starting with my team of the week, I'm going to give it to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Yes, Texas didn't look as good as we thought they would be. Yes, their offense looked like pure, absolute nipple garbage. But yes, Arch Manning looked like a backup quarterback at Pisgah High School. But, they still have a nasty defense. They were preseason number 1 in Ohio State, even though it was a sloppy game, 14-7, nothing to be proud of. I have to give them the team of the week. And I think they're only going to get better as they let this quarterback start to throw the ball around a little bit more and open up the playbook a little bit more. I think Ohio State's going to be dangerous. But let's talk some trash teams now. Starting with their opponent, Texas. My gosh, Sarkisian is supposed to be this offensive guru and have this offensive mind, and they just sucked. I don't know what their plan was, but it was nothing but pure garbage. I don't even want to waste more time talking about Texas in this game, because it was nothing but trash. Next trash team, Kansas State. Now here we go in the first week, everybody was talking about Kansas State and Iowa State being overranked. And I defended these teams and said, no, it's just the first game, guys. Calm down. It's a sloppy game in the rain. It's in Dublin, Ireland. It's the first game of the year. Give these teams a break. And then Kansas State goes out there and has to score pretty much with like just under 20 seconds after something like that. I don't even know. To beat North Dakota. We're not talking about North Dakota State, the team that wins national championships at the FCS level. North Absolute Dakota. They beat them 38-35. So Kansas State sucks and they're garbage. Next trash team, UCLA. My goodness, Tennessee's quarterback transfers to UCLA. He was mad that Tennessee wouldn't pay him $4 million a year. He was making $2 million a year. He transfers to UCLA to make $1.2 million a year, so he takes a pay cut. And then he goes out there and just sucks complete nipples. And they lose to Utah 43-10 at home. UCLA was at home and lost 43-10. Nothing but pure garbage team. So UCLA, you're nothing but trash. More trash. Middle Tennessee. And I know what you're thinking. My goodness, why are you picking on Middle Tennessee? They're not that good. Well, they played Austin Peay. Austin Peay, and they were 15.5-point favorites, and they lost. Listen to this. They lost 34-14. That's nothing but garbage. You're a 15.5-point favorite. If you squeak by that game, you're not even on my trash list. Okay, so what? Middle Tennessee had a struggle win. But you lost 34-14. Nothing but pure garbage. Next pure garbage trash team, North Carolina. My gosh, Bill Belichick era. Everybody's talking about Bill Belichick is going to somehow bring national championships to North Carolina like he brought Super Bowls to the New England Patriots. Nothing but pure garbage. He only won Super Bowls because of a man. Have you heard of him? His name's Tom Brady. That's it. That's the only garbage reason that he won Super Bowls. My gosh, he has no personality. He has the personality of a cardboard box. No, just pure garbage. And they lost 48-14 to TCU. I'm pretty sure that's the same age gap as him and his girlfriend. 48-14. Nothing but pure garbage. Next garbage team, and I hate to do this and it pains me, but I have to give a trash award to Army. Army goes out last year and wins the American Conference. And really, they were one win away from possibly making the college football playoff. And they start out this year losing to Tarleton State. Who's Tarleton State, guys? I don't even know who that is. They're in Texas, that's all I know. And they're called the Texans. That's all. And their colors are purple and white. But I've never heard of Tarleton State, ever. And they beat Army in double overtime, 30-27. Nothing but pure garbage. Army, get it together. My gosh, these are the people defending my freedoms. And they can't beat Tarleton State. Garbage. Next trash team, and it's really not even that big of a trash team. It's not even that big of a loss. You look at it and say, oh, they only lost 27-20 to Georgia Tech. But it's because it's Colorado is why I'm giving them trash. My goodness, might as well hang up this new quarterback's jersey and retire it too, like you did old Shadur Sanders. Because, apparently all you got to do is be mediocre garbage, and you get your jersey retired. My gosh, they lose to Georgia Tech, and I hope Colorado loses every single absolute game that's on their absolute garbage schedule. My gosh, I hate Colorado. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for. My absolute trash team of the week. My absolute trash team of the week goes to the Alabama Crimson Tide. My gosh! How in the world can you be preseason ranked top 10, have the talent that you have, playing a team that won 2 games last year? And I get you're playing them at home Everybody's doing the stupid idiot chop. And that stupid horse comes out with a stupid flaming spear and stabs him to the absolute garbage ground. And I mean it's garbage ground. When it's on the Seminole territory down there, it's garbage. Garbage ground. And how in the world do you lose that? And not only lose to him, but get your nipples blown back. And you can't even compete. It's defense that I've never seen before from Alabama. Nothing. But, I mean, pure garbage effort. Nobody wants to go make a tackle. Nobody wants to make a play. Pure garbage from Alabama. They're my absolute trash team. But speaking of trash, this ain't a trash team, but Paul Feinbaum can suck my pure nipples. What a garbage analyst. I don't even know who in the world made this bald idiot have his own TV show. He said Texas would blow out Ohio State. He said Arch Manning was the best player that he's seen since Tim Tebow. My gosh, what an idiot. He also said Alabama was a national championship contender and that ranking them number 8 was too low. He was ticked off about it and they can't beat Florida State. What an idiot. So he deserves an absolute trash award too. But let's move on to questions. Question from Tootin' Tanner. It says Lee Corso went perfect in his picks on his last show. Maybe Earl should take notes. Yeah, maybe he should, because Earl sucks nothing but pure garbage. My goodness, didn't even get a single pick right. So don't, if you're a betting person, don't listen to Earl this week, because he's going to get it wrong. Next question is from Flat Earth Ernie. Here's this idiot again. Well, after this week, there remains 2 absolute facts. Number 1, the earth is about as flat as a car tire after Sasha's mom gets in the front seat. Number 2, Notre Dame is overhyped. They underdeliver and they're absolute garbage. No questions, just straight facts. First of all, Notre Dame is not overhyped. We played a ranked team on the road and only lost by a field goal. And trust me, we're going to win the rest of our games and we're going to win the national championship. So I don't know what you're talking about. And the earth is not flat, you dumb moron. I don't understand why that's even an argument. Why would NASA lie to us about what the earth is? What good does it do if the earth is flat? It makes no sense. I don't. There's some conspiracies that make sense, but this one don't. I don't get it. You're an idiot. Next question is from Grown Man in Tube Socks. It says, I predict Bama goes unranked this year if they keep Roach DeBoer Fest. Also, question for Earl and Mike. How much are y'all getting paid? Yeah, I mean, we kind of sprinkle that in talking about how much Alabama sucks. There's a good chance they do finish unranked. There's a good chance they lose 4 or 5 games if they play like that. Nothing but pure garbage effort. But Earl and Mike, why don't you answer them?
Yeah, so we went to court in the off season over my contract, and there was a huge buyout, which me and Sasha ended up settling on a breakfast Cracker Barrel and $50. And so when we wrote up the new contract, we settled on. So I make about $500 per episode. And this is thanks to Truck Burns, by the way. This is not coming out of Sasha's pocket. Truck Burns sponsors the podcast, so they pay me $500, a podcast. They also give me at least 1 free set of Truck Burns per year. I get a free deal there, and as long as I'm rocking some Burns on my car, they also pay for my gas. They also give me a housing allowance up to $2,000 a month. So it's a pretty sweet gig.
That's garbage. I'm a little ticked off because my contract, Sasha, they paid for my trips when I was going on location. I'm not even going on location anymore. I mean, I went to Dublin, Ireland this year, and they paid for that, but I don't get paid per podcast. They gave me a 12-pack and would pay for my trip, but I don't even drink anymore or take trips, so I'm apparently not getting anything for being on this.
Gosh, Earl, yourself. You can't even get a pick right and you want money? My goodness, just be glad that you're even on this daggone podcast.
Hey, I mean, can I at least get some beef jerky or something?
I tell you what, I'll talk to my lawyer. We'll get you a contract wrote up. We'll pay you like $25 a podcast and give you beef jerky. How's that sound?
I'll accept it.
All right, well, it's a done deal then. So, next question is from Fart Sniffer. It says, Alabama with DeBoer is 6-4 against unranked opponents past 2 seasons, and Saban was 119-1 from 08 to 23 against unranked opponents. Let that sink in. Absolute no discipline, and your new, you call that targeting logo, looks like Cracker Barrel's new logo, woke garbage. Psh. I mean, it's kind of funny you said that, because I went back and looked at the logo and I was like, it kind of does, but we made that logo before Cracker Barrel decided to change their logo and to go woke. And by the way, Cracker Barrel reversed that decision because they know they're a bunch of idiots. My gosh! That was cool that I burped the word idiot. But anyways, Cracker Barrel is nothing but pure garbage. And even if they keep their old logo, service sucks. And the food's not even that good. So, anyways, next question is from Jared Jimhauser. It says, the fact that all of you didn't give Florida State a chance is just embarrassing. I would say your families are ashamed, but you guys have no family. Well, besides Mike. Earl left his wife for a girl named Franny Farts. If you guys get married, you should take her last name and be Earl Farts, because your pics are just that, a big fart. And Sasha, don't get me started on your family. Well, Jared, I kind of have to agree with you, to be honest. And you probably don't want to start on my family because there's nothing but pure garbage. But Earl, what do you think about what he said about you and Franny Fart?
Well, I think he's nothing but garbage, whoever this Jared Jimhauser is. And if you're a man, how about you come up here and tell that to my face? I'll show you what a real man's like. And I've shown Franny what a real man's like in the last few days. But my wife, I got a divorce from my wife. I mean, she kept, wanting to like always check in on me and, oh, you can't stay out late. You got to help me with the kids. And, oh, why'd you take my car and leave me with no car? I couldn't get, our son to the ER. I mean, just all this garbage. And I just got tired of it. And I just wanted to live free and live hard. And, now I'm not living as hard. I'm trying to get healthy. I've lost a little bit of weight. I've lost about 3 pounds this year. And I'm excited about that. And things are looking up for me. And you know what? I love Franny so much I would take her last name if that was the only option I had. But Earl Farts actually sounds pretty good to me. I mean, I love a good raunchy one. So, and she's a raunchy one, by the way. Oh man, she's a good woman. But anyways, yeah, you suck, Jared.
My gosh. Okay, let's go to week 2 picks. Starting with our NFL game, let's make this quick, boys. Monday night, the first Monday night football game, it's the Vikings at the Bears. I'm going to go with the Vikings because I think they got the better coach, and Caleb Williams paints his fingernails like an absolute sissy garbage quarterback. So I'll take the Vikings.
I'll take the Bears at home.
I'll take the Vikings because I'm looking forward to J.J. McCarthy. And, he's a little less experienced, but the coach for the Vikings is really good with quarterbacks, and I'll take the Vikings.
All right, so college football picks now. We got number 20, Ole Miss at Kentucky. Ole Miss is the 10-point favorite here. Give me Ole Miss because I think Kentucky going to suck pure butt meat.
Ole Miss has a great offense. We all know that, being under Lane Kiffin. But I think Kentucky's got a good, tough defense. And with them being at home, I'm going to go with the upset. Go Wildcats.
That's a garbage pick, Mike. Give me Ole Miss.
All right, next game is Vanderbilt at Virginia Tech. This is going to be a tough game for Vanderbilt because, my goodness, we all know what Lane Stadium's like in a night game. The place is going to be rocking. And I think Vanderbilt's a little overconfident after beating Alabama last year. I think they get their nipples blown off, and Virginia Tech wins this game.
Well, in honor of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Virginia Tech couldn't beat South Carolina in the first game. I don't think they're going to beat this SEC school. I'm not saying Vanderbilt's as good as South Carolina, but I don't see them doing it. I think Vanderbilt is good enough to win this game.
Metallica sucks as a band. I can't get fired up to them, but apparently this crowd does and this team does when Enter Sandman plays. So I'll pick Virginia Tech at home.
All right, we got the battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. My goodness, they've been giving out this trophy since 1977, guys. And this rival dates back all the way to 18 Absolute 94. What an absolute old rival. It's Iowa versus Iowa State. And I have to say, I love Iowa. They have a special place in my heart because of the awesome children's hospital there. But this is at Iowa State, so we won't see no wave to the children. And honestly, Iowa State has impressed me a little bit. Rocco Becht has been good this year. And with them being at home, I'm going to go with Iowa State.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to go with Iowa just because I feel like their defense will be a little tougher, and I think they'll make a couple turnovers, and I think that'll be the difference in the game.
Well, I'm going to stick with Iowa State and Rocco Becht, kind of like glue on a thumbtack, and I don't know if that made any sense. It just came out. But anyways, let's go Iowa State.
All right, guys, it's time for the game of the week. Number 15, Michigan at number 18, Oklahoma. The Truck Burns AI predictor has Michigan with only a B offense and an A- defense. And they're giving Oklahoma an A- offense and a B+ defense. They're also giving Oklahoma a 75% chance of winning this game. That's pretty daggum high. With a score of 27-20. So the AI predictor from Truck Burns loves Oklahoma in this matchup. But guess who doesn't love Oklahoma in this matchup? Me! I'm going with Michigan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Truck Burns. I'm going to have to go against your predictor as well. I'll go with Michigan. I really like this true freshman quarterback that they have, Bryce Underwood. I think he's going to make enough plays to get the win in Norman.
Well, guys, I'm going to take the lead in the points after this week. I can just feel it in my gut. Kind of like when I have some good Texas barbecue, and it gives me just such raunchy gas and just makes my innards hurt. Man, speaking of that, I had diarrhea today just at work, just kind of randomly. I don't know, didn't really feel sick, just sat down, had a couple of solids come out, and then all of a sudden, here comes the brown rain. So, but anyways, that's off subject. I don't even know what I was talking about, but I'll go with Oklahoma. I think they win this game.
Thanks, Earl. My goodness, we wanted to hear about your diarrhea. My gosh. Anyways, thanks for listening. This episode's been a little long. But hey, we'll catch you next week.